Welcome to G Fun Facts Online, where we dig into the stories that history forgot. When you picture a Viking, what comes to mind? Probably a burly, bearded warrior sailing a longship, right? For a long time, that was the dominant image. But the soil of Norway is telling a different story, one that's less about horned helmets, which they didn't wear, by the way, and more about the incredible power and status of Viking women. Recent archaeological finds are revealing a world where women were not just wives and mothers, but wealthy leaders, traders, and figures of immense respect. Today, we're uncovering the sagas of these noblewomen, sealed in the earth for over 1,000 years. Let's start on the remote and beautiful Senja Island in northern Norway. In what sounds like the beginning of an adventure movie, metal detectorists stumbled upon 2 bronze brooches and some bones just under the soil. This led archaeologists from the Arctic University Museum of Norway to a full excavation where they unearthed something spectacular, a remarkably preserved 1,100-year-old Viking boat grave. This wasn't just any grave. It was the final resting place of a woman of high local status. Her 18-foot wooden boat was built mostly without iron rivets, a detail for the boat enthusiasts out there. Inside, she was laid to rest on her side, knees bent. And in a touchingly personal detail, a small dog, likely her beloved pet, was placed carefully at her feet. Archaeologist Anja Roth-Niemi noted this was a rare but poignant find, a testament to the emotional bonds between Vikings and their animals. But it's the artifacts buried with her that really tell the story of her life. She had 2 ornate oval brooches decorated with silver thread, a bronze pendant, and beads of amber or bone. A ring-shaped pendant near her skull might have been an earring or part of a fancy headpiece. She was also buried with a sickle and a whetstone, linking her directly to agriculture, the bedrock of the Viking economy. This kind of burial, in a boat with valuable grave goods, was reserved for the absolute elite. Some researchers think only 1 or 2 people per generation in a community received such an honor, and it seems she wasn't alone. Another brooch found nearby suggests this could be a previously unknown burial ground for Viking nobility. Now let's travel down to Norway's west coast, to the Skumsnes farm. Here, archaeologists from the University of Bergen have uncovered what they call a small treasure trove in a burial site from the early 9th century. They've found the burials of 3 high-status women so far. One grave is particularly stunning. Instead of a physical boat, stones were arranged in the shape of a 13-foot ship, outlining where a real one once lay. This burial was loaded with symbols of power. Archaeologists found a bronze key, a clear sign of authority and control over the farm's resources. They also found a weaving sword, a spindle whorl, and wool shears. In the Viking Age, textiles weren't just for keeping warm. High-quality cloth was a luxury good, a major source of wealth and prestige. These tools show she was the manager of a prestigious and profitable industry. But that's not all. This woman was buried with a breathtaking necklace made of 46 glass beads and 11 silver coins. And these weren't local coins. Some were Carolingian silver from the Frankish Empire, and one was an exceptionally rare coin from the Danish Viking towns of Hedeby or Ribe. This collection of foreign currency suggests she had extensive international connections, perhaps even marrying into the community from somewhere in continental Europe. One of her brooches is even thought to have been crafted in England or Ireland. But the Skumsnes site holds a mystery. No human bones were found in the graves. This is common in western Norway, where the acidic soil often dissolves bone over centuries. In one grave, the beads and coins of that incredible necklace were found sitting on top of a dark organic patch, maybe a leather pouch. This has led some to wonder if she was even wearing it when she was buried, and if the grave might be a cenotaph, a memorial without a body. And for a final touch of intrigue, a unique stone was found at the center of the boat-shaped grave, right where the mast would have stood. Archaeologists noted its striking resemblance to female genitalia, calling it a vulva stone. They believe its placement was a deliberate and powerful symbol of the deceased woman. These incredible discoveries are part of a growing body of evidence that's completely rewriting the role of women in Viking society. The presence of weapons in some female graves has even sparked a fierce debate about the existence of real-life shield maidens. This isn't a new idea either. The richest Viking burial ever found, the Oseberg ship discovered back in 1903, contained the remains of two high-status women. They were buried in a magnificent 70-foot ship filled with a royal carriage, tapestries, and sacrificed animals, all for their use in the afterlife. The Oseberg find was one of the first clues that women could hold immense power and wealth. From the intimate burial with a beloved pet on Senja Island to the powerful symbolism and international treasures at Skumsnes farm, a clearer, more nuanced picture of the Viking Age is emerging. It was a world where noblewomen were managers of key industries, players in international trade networks, and respected leaders honored with the same grand rituals as men. As archaeologists continue to unearth these sites, the forgotten sagas of these powerful Viking women are finally being told. Thanks for listening to G Fun Facts Online. Join us next time as we uncover more secrets from the past.